Hello students, in present video I am going to explain one problem from trial balance lesson. I am taking this question from Telangana State Telugu Academy Inter First Year Accountancy Textbook. But this video is useful to all commerce students who want to know about trial balance topic. On trial balance topic, I made one video. In that video, I explained the meaning, characteristics, forms of preparing trial balance, methods of preparing trial balance, steps involved in preparation of trial balance, the principle underlying the trial balance, advantages and disadvantages of trial balance, etc. topics. That video link I am leaving in the iCards and in description box. Let us see the question first. From the following balances taken from the books of Sanjeeva Reddy as on 31st December 2016, prepare a trial balance in proper form. Name of the accounts, amount. Cash in hand 14,500 rupees. Bank overdraft 13,600 rupees. Opening stock 20,000. Purchases 80,000. Purchase returns 2,000. Sales 1,30,000. Sales returns 500. Traveling expenses 4,800. Discount allowed 600. Discount received 1,500. Furniture 4,500. Machinery 34,000. Land and buildings 60,000. Debtors 24,000. Creditors 18,500. Bills receivable 2,850. Bills payable 1,650. Capital 80,000. Drawings 6,000. Rent 3,700. Salaries 3,600. Loan credit balance 13,000 rupees. Interest on loan 1,200 rupees. This is the question. Let us see the solution for this problem. To prepare trial balance, there are three methods now: total method, balance method, and compound method. Among them, second method, balance method, is popular. So I am explaining this problem under balance method. To prepare trial balance, there are two formats: journal format, ledger format. This is journal format. Name of the account, debit, credit. We can prepare trial balance under ledger format also. In that case, trial balance contains four columns: name of the account, debit amount, name of the account, credit amount. Instead of writing name of the account, you can write a particulars word also. In these two columns, we are going to write the amounts. In ledger book, firm prepares personal accounts, real accounts, and nominal accounts. All these accounts names will be given in the question. Those accounts names, one by one, we have to write in first column. Then account shows a debit balance or credit balance. When you work in firm, then ledger book will be available with you. So by seeing which side that balance is coming, that account details we can take in trial balance. If account is showing a debit balance, in debit column we can write that balance amount. If account is showing a credit balance, in credit column you can take that balance amount. But as a student, you are not having any ledger book with you. Only accounts names and the balancing figures are given to us. So that account shows which balance, debit balance or credit balance, that you should decide. For that, remember these points. Some accounts show a debit balance. They are accounts which are related with assets, accounts which are related with expenses, losses, and drawings account shows a debit balance. Purchase account, sales returns account also show a debit balance. And some accounts show a credit balance. Opposite to asset is liability. So all liability related accounts show a credit balance. Similarly, expenses opposite income, losses opposite gain, profit, drawings opposite capital, purchase opposite sales, sales returns opposite purchase returns. So all these accounts show a credit balance. Similarly, if any account is opened with a reserve name, provision name, fund name, that account also shows a credit balance. If you remember these rules, then easily we can prepare trial balance. Cash in hand 14,500 rupees. Cash in hand means the amount which is available in the firm on 31st December 2016. So this is closing cash balance. It is an asset. Asset shows a debit balance now. Therefore, in debit column, we have to write the amount. Next, bank overdraft 13,600. Bank overdraft is a liability because how much bank balance we have in our account, more than that firm withdrew the money from the bank. That is the meaning of bank overdraft. Drafting means withdrawing. Over means excess. So how much bank balance firm has in its account, more than that firm is withdrawing from the bank. Suppose in bank account firm has 50,000 rupees, but firm issued a check with 70,000 rupees to one supplier. So supplier went to bank and he took the money. Here 20,000 extra banker is paying now. That 20,000 is known as bank overdraft. Firm is taking loan from the bank. It is a liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, bank overdraft balance in credit column we should write. Next, opening stock. We are preparing trial balance on 31st December 2016 now. If that is the last date of the year, then starting date of the year is 1st January 2016. This firm is following calendar year to maintain their accounts. On 1st January 2016, the stock which is available with the firm is known as opening stock. So last year closing stock becomes opening stock for current year. Opening stock is an asset. Asset shows a debit balance now. So in debit column we have to write the amount. Next, purchases. Firm purchases goods now means purchases account is related with the goods account. And in case of purchases transaction, while writing the journal entry, always we debit purchases. Goods purchased, purchases account data to cash account. Goods purchased from Somesh, purchases account data to Somesh account. So whenever we buy goods, we are debiting purchases account in the journal entry. When we are debiting purchases account, in purchase account on debit side only we post that entry. So purchases account always shows a debit balance. Separately you have to remember that. Therefore, purchases account balance in debit column we should write. Next, sales. Sales account is also related with the goods account because firm sells goods to customers. When we sell goods to customers, while writing journal entry, we credit a sales account. For example, sold goods, cash account data to sales account. Sold goods to Giri, Giri account data to sales account. When we credit sales account in journal entries, while posting the entry in sales account, on credit side only we post that entry. Means sales account always shows a credit balance. Therefore, amount in credit column we should write. Next, sales returns. Sales returns means firm sold goods to customer. As customer is not satisfied with the quality of some goods, he is returning goods to us. So for sales returns, when you are writing journal entry, always we have to debit sales returns account. For example, goods returned by Giri, sales returns account data to Giri account. Goods returned from Murali, sales returns account data to Murali account. Mamata returned goods, sales returns account data to Mamata account. So whenever we are writing sales returns related entry, sales returns account is to be debited. So in journal entries, when we debit sales returns account, while posting that journal entry in sales returns account, debit side only we should post. Therefore, sales returns account always shows a debit balance. So separately we have to remember that. So amount in debit column we have to write. Traveling expenses 4,800. So to run the business, firm has to meet day-to-day expenses. So traveling expenditure is one of them. It is an expenditure now. Expenses related accounts always show a debit balance. Therefore, that expenditure amount in debit column we should write. Next, discount allowed. Firm allows discount to debtors. So debtor is a person who has to pay the money to us. who is liable to us? Assume that debtor has to pay the money on 1st March 2016. He paid that money before 1 month. In that case, firm allows some discount to him. That discount is a loss to firm. So discount allowed account is loss related account. So losses show a debit balance now. Therefore, discount allowed amount in debit column we should write. Next, discount received. We receive discount. Firm receives discount always from creditors. So creditor is a person to whom firm is liable. Suppose firm has to pay the money on 1st March 2016. Firm paid that money 15 days before. Now that supplier, that creditor is giving some discount to us. So to the firm, this discount is benefit, discount received. As it is a gain, we have to show that amount in credit column because gains related account show a credit balance. Next, furniture. Furniture is an asset. Asset related account show a debit balance now. So in debit column we have to write the amount. Machinery. Machinery is also an asset. It shows a debit balance. Write down the amount in debit column. Land and buildings account. Land and buildings also come under asset now. So it shows a debit balance. Debtors account. Debtors account is related with a personal account. When firm sells goods to customers on credit, on customer's name, firm prepares account. So this credit sales will be posted in that customer account on debit side. When this account is balanced, it shows a debit balance. So when any personal account shows a debit balance, then the meaning is that person is a debtor. Suppose firm sold goods to 20 customers on credit. So 20 debtors are there. All these 20 debtors accounts debit balances will be added, and as debtors we have to show that amount in trial balance. Debtors amount is 24,000 rupees now. Meaning is there are some debtors to the firm. All these debtors accounts debit balances firm added, and the total amount is 24,000 rupees. So remember this point. There is no debtor account in ledger. So we prepare personal accounts in ledger, and all these personal accounts as debit balances total we show in the name of debtors account. If you take a sales account in ledger book, we open a sales account separately. Similarly, we open bank overdraft account separately in ledger book, but we don't open debtors account, creditors account in the ledger book separately. Debtors is a personal account and it comes under an asset. So all assets show a debit balance now. Therefore, debtors account also shows a debit balance. So in debit column we have to write the amount. Next, creditors. Creditors is a person whose account is showing a credit balance. Whose account shows a credit balance? When firm purchases goods from suppliers on credit, and when supplier's account is maintained in firm's books, that supplier's account shows a credit balance. Thus, assume 5 suppliers we have. So 5 suppliers credit balances amounts total is 18,500. That a total amount in credit column we have to write. Why in credit column? Because creditor is a personal account and it comes under liability category. So liability show a credit balance now. Therefore, creditor's amount in credit column we should write. Next, bills receivable 2,850. Bills receivable means what? For example, firm sold goods to a customer on credit. Sales amount is 2,850. So that customer becomes a debtor now. Suppose that customer is not familiar to us. We want a written proof from that debtor. In that case, firm prepares a bills of exchange and takes acceptance from that person. Now, on this document, in future, firm is going to receive money. So to the firm, this document is an asset, and this document is known as bills receivables. Because on this document in future we are going to receive money. Some students may think that as a receivable word is there, it is an income. No, it is not income, it is an asset, because money is going to come on that particular document. So bills receivable is an asset. Asset shows a debit balance. Therefore, bills receivable amount in debit column we should write. Next, bills payable. Bills payable means firm purchased goods from suppliers on credit. Now, supplier wants a return proof from us. So, supplier prepared a bills of exchange and he has taken firm's acceptance on that. So, to the firm, this bills of exchange becomes bills payable, because in future, firm has to pay the money on this particular document. So, to the firm, bills payable is a liability. Liability shows a credit balance. Therefore, bills payable amount in credit column we should write. Next, capital. Capital shows a credit balance, because when we write any journal entry which is related with the capital, always we credit capital account. For example, commenced business with 1 lakh rupees. Entry is cash account debit to capital account. Owner started business with furniture, machinery, cash. Entry is cash account debtor, furniture account debtor, machinery account debtor to capital. So capital is always credited in the journal entry. Therefore, while posting that journal entry in capital account, we have to post that entry on credit side only. So capital account shows a credit balance. Therefore, amount in credit column we should write. Next, drawings. Drawings means for the personal use of owner. If owner withdraws money from the bank or from the firm, or if owner withdraws goods or any fixed asset from the firm, that is known as drawings. While writing journal entry related with drawings, always we have to debit drawings account. For example, goods withdrawn by the owner for personal use. Drawings account debtor to purchases account. Cash withdrawn by the owner for personal use. Drawings account debtor to cash account. Cash withdrawn by the owner from the bank for personal use. Drawings account debtor to bank account. In all these drawings related transactions, drawings account is debited now. So when we post these drawings related journal entries in drawings account, on debit side only we should post. Therefore, drawings account shows a debit balance. Separately, you have to remember that. As drawings account shows a debit balance, in debit column we have to write drawings amount. Next, rent. Firm has taken some premises on rental basis. So firm has to pay the rent monthly to the firm. That is an expenditure. Expenditure related accounts show a debit balance. Therefore, in debit column we have to write rent amount. Next, salaries. Firm is paying salaries to its employees. To the firm, it is an expenditure. Expenditure shows a debit balance. In debit column, we have to write the amount. Loan. In brackets, he has given CR. CR stands for credit. Means what? Loan account is showing a credit balance. If loan account shows a credit balance, it comes under a liability. We have taken, firm has taken loan from somebody. So liability shows a credit balance now. In credit column, we have to write. Suppose in question he has given that loan DR with a loan debit symbol is given. Meaning is loan account is showing a debit balance. Then we should understand that we have given loan to somebody. We have given some advance to somebody. So we paid money and the benefit is going to come in future. For us, that is an asset. So loan account debit balance is an asset. In debit column, we should write the amount. Loan account credit balance is a liability. In credit column, we have to write the amount. Next, interest on loan. He has not given clearly this loan whether we have taken or we have given. This loan is a liability or asset. There is no information. In that case, observe this, loan credit balance is given. Means firm has taken loan. On this loan, firm paid interest. That is the meaning of interest on loan. Even though it is not given, If interest on loan is given, our assumption is we have taken loan and we are paying interest on that. It is an expenditure. Expenses show a debit balance now. In debit column, we have to write the amount. All ledger account balances we have taken in trial balance by following these rules. Finally, we have to find out the totals of these two columns, and the total should be same. Debit total 2,60,250, credit total also same. So how this 2,60,250 came? From 14,500 to 1,200. All these debit column amounts I added. Similarly, credit column total. From 13,600, all amounts which are written in credit column I added, and total is 2,60,250. So trial balance, two columns total is same. Means arithmetically there are no errors in accounts. Remember one point, rent 3,700 is given now. How you should understand this? In ledger book we prepare rent account. Every month we prepare rent account. From when to when? Our accounting period is from 1st January 16 to 31st December 16 now. So in January month, February month, March month, every month firm paid rent. Whenever firm pays rent, the transaction will be posted in rent account. From January month, the rent account balance will be taken to February month. From February to March. Thus, from November to December, we have taken rent amount. And on 31st December 2016, total rent in 1 year 12 times we pay rent now. That 12 amounts total is 3,700 rupees. Similarly, see this machinery amount 34,000. What is the meaning of this amount? Machinery, whenever we buy, whenever we sell, whenever profit comes in that sale or loss comes in sale and depreciation, all these machinery related transactions we have posted in machinery account. So machinery account, January month balance we have taken to February, February month balance to March. In that manner, 1 month balance to next month we have taken. And finally, on 31st December 2016, in machinery account, we have 34,000 debit balance. Thus, the amounts which we are seeing in these columns are closing balances of accounts. On 31st December 2016, the balances which are appearing in ledger accounts are taken in trial balance. So all these amounts are cumulative amounts. So January month rent, February month rent, March month rent. In that manner, 12 months rent total is 3,700 rupees now. So this is known as cumulative balance of rent amounts. And once you observe the heading also, first firm's name or owner's name you should mention. If it gives a firm's name, mention that firm's name. If owner name is given, write down that. Below to that, trial balance. Below to that, the date on which we are preparing trial balance, that date we should write. And while writing this date, you have to add as on word. Means trial balance is not prepared for the period. It is prepared on a particular day. Generally, trial balance will be prepared at the end of accounting year. Therefore, as on we have to mention. So this is all about trial balance topic. Hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you.